Right, hello lovely people, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. So we are back with the new Walpurgis night, the 9th one. The 9th time of being in pain. Doesn't get any less painful. But this banner in particular has some things I really want. I mean, Bina Announcer, the Salvador Gregor, the Unifaust, and also Solomon Yisang Ego. That is just pain in itself. That whole concoction of people, are you kidding me? So we are not great on pulls, if I'm being honest. My lunacy, I did some pulls I maybe shouldn't have done. We're not great on tickets, but hey, listen, look, we've got to leave its chance. We've got to leave its fate. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And if it's not meant to be, I'll shard on the next Walpurgis. So we're going to start with the pulls. I want the Gregor the most, obviously, for my Gregor collection, because I try to get every single Gregor thing that exists. But if I can get Bina Announcer, I'd be very happy. If I can get the Yisang Ego, I'd be extremely happy, because I have the Yisang ID that this goes with. So actually, that Ego is probably the thing I would rather have, because the Gregor and the Una are going to be like, the Unifaust, like, I'm going to want all three of them to really buff that Sinclair. So it's like, I want all three of them. Like, the whole Dawn office, you kind of need to get, like, the full max potential. So, like, if I'm not going to get any of them, I'd rather get the Ego so that I can make the most out of the Yisang ID. But if all of them want to come home, I'd take all of them. So, that is where we're currently at with that. So, let's just crack on. Let's do these pulls. Oh, my God. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below how your pulls have gone and wish me luck. I'm terrified. Fear is real. We're looking for green. Oh God, that's a bad start. Yep, okay. Look, you've got to get the duds out of the way. You've got to get them out of the way. Oh God. Okay, we're not seeing anything green. That's not a good sign. Oh no. Oh, okay, we've only done 20. I'm having just PTSD flashbacks to one of the worst sets of pulls I've ever done in a gacha game. Oh, which was for the previous... Oh, okay, it's gone green. It doesn't mean we've got anything off this banner, but we've got one thing green. Let's hope. Come on. Come on. Yes! 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 Oh, I'm happy with that. He's so stunning. Oh, no, I'm really happy with this because I have this ID, so I really wanted this Ego. Incredible. Because I want to get back and get a sinking squad going, so, like, this is perfect. Oh, I'm so pleased. Okay, amazing. No, that's great. No, I'm actually so pleased I got that. Oh, okay. Let's keep going. There's still more chances, guys. There's still more chances. Oh, we've gone green again. Oh, there's two. Okay. Come on, Gregor and Faust. Come on. That is never going to happen. Oh, wait. No. You are fucking joking me. If that is Faust, this is fucking insane. There's no way. Oh my God! Oh my God! This has never happened to me before! That might be my luckiest Walpurgis pull ever. Wow! I cannot believe they came home in the same pull. Fucking hell. I was only joking, by the way, about us getting something else off the banner. Bitch. I'm, like, shook. Oh, my God. I'm so excited to build him and read the story. Oh, okay, right. We just need to get Unifaust. Okay, right. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. There's no way she's coming. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. If she actually comes home with this is my luckiest Walpurgis pulls ever. And that's crazy talk. There's no way. Are you fucking serious? Oh my God! I'm actually in fucking shock. That, and I got another Gregor. That has never happened. What the fuck? I got everything in 50 pulls. Oh my, no, the comments are just gonna be going streamer look. Right, okay, right, look. I have had some really good luck in this game recently and I don't know what's happening. What is happening? Oh my god, it's the valencina cosplay. It's blessed me. Oh my god, I've got, it's carrying on the look and I've walked away with 10k lunacy. That's fucking insane. And some ticket. I'm actually in shock. Holy fuck. That has never happened to me before. I've reached that 200 before multiple times doing Walpurgis. Like, easily. Wow. Because I've had comments from people saying, like, I got everything in, like, 50 pulls. And I've always been like, oh my god, that's amazing. Like, holy shit. Like, that must feel incredible. Like, I'm actually gobsmacked that everything came home that quick. I'm so... Wow. Oh, I'm so fucking grateful. That's amazing. Oh, I'm so fucking happy. Oh, I hope everyone got everything they wanted. Oh my god. Oh, right. Well, hang on then. Fuck. Okay, what? Oh, by the way, for some reason, it keeps undoing all of these. And I think it's because I keep making new teams. Oh, instead of Dimension Shredder? Oh, that's a choice. Oh no, but that's like a carry for your freaking clashes. Oh, okay. Well, oh, hang on, no. I'm gonna hold off doing this because I want to make sure I can do the story for the new Gregor and the new... Oh my god, look at my Gregor squad. He looks incredible. Hang on, right, technically I actually don't need to, I can worry about that later. Let's do the stories. Let's read the story. Guys, I'm fucking shocked, right? I can't believe that actually happened. With every breath I took, the acrid air around me burned my throat. Cries of pain, sorrow, and fear rang out from every direction, and other indescribable horrors overwhelmed my senses as the thick blanket of smoke squeezed the oxygen out of the air. The smoke permeated everything, even in fields of battle packed full with the spray of blood and scattering shrapnel, clashing blades and bullets whizzing past comrades and enemies both. The miasma found the cracks to suffuse. We used to call its stench the scent of humans. I'm so excited to read the story. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, here comes my daily fix. Let me set it on your table, master. It's hot. You don't want to burn yourself. Listen, kid. There's really no need to baby me like that. He's so fucking hot. Oh, God, I love Gregor. Years have passed since the smoke left its final mark on my memory, and now I'm leading a small fixer office where I nurture and train pupils of my own. Fun! Like, it's fun having it from his perspective. We don't always see that. Usually it's the child, you know? I wonder what my younger self would think if he saw me as I am now. Could he ever have imagined this kind of life? This kind of prosaic, I think? Peaceful life where I get to sit in a cool, air-conditioned room and sip on a pleasantly warm cup of Shanghua... Is it Shanghua cha my pupil brewed? He has a point, Sinclair. Perhaps it would be best for your career prospects if you redirected the focus of your endeavors onto tasks that more befit the responsibilities of a fixer, rather than that of a tea brewer. Brewing Shanghua cha can't possibly be so important a task that you would spend the time every morning to carefully analyze your superior's mood and choose which toppings would suit his palate. Well, still, I think I'm pretty good at it, so... Could he ever have imagined the kind of sedate life where I get to enjoy a hearty chuckle every now and then, watching the shenanigans evolve as my pupils passively aggressively throw jabs at one another about what are ultimately frivolities? No. How could he? After all, how could he lose himself daydreaming when even a split second of distraction would mean certain death? Oh yeah, you just got back from that contract, didn't you? The Urban Legend class request? Yes, I have completed the request regarding the 1,000 needles. Wow, you're impressive. Solving an Urban Legend class request all on your own? The target posed an increasingly substantial threat as it mounted a more aggressive resistance towards the end, but, I had a question regarding the contract, Herr Gregor. For me? What is it? As the name 1,000 Needles would suggest, I was presented with an ample opportunity to collect and examine some black needles at the scene. So, people in my comments did let me know that apparently those black needles are linked to... What's his freaking name? Oh my god, I can literally see him in my head. You all know who I mean. But yeah, that guy. It's linked to him. I'm so sorry. He's got like a skull head. Like, it's that dude. His name will come back to me, but yeah. He was like on like the warp train and stuff. Yeah. Bearing those symbols, I presume.
Correct. Symbols with yellow glow to be precise. Its patterns were analyzed next to symbols used by various workshops that marked their output, but no exact match was identified.
Imitating Stigma's product branding all the rage these days. There's been an uptick in workshops marking their products, leaving their symbols in the aftermath of a battle. Got me worried for a sec. Maybe they'd become some money grubbing, that they'd started sponsoring all kinds of maniacs out there. But with this, that's one load off my mind. Though it isn't as bad as it used to be, the city is losing what warmth it had by the hour, the proverbial winter's starting to set in its denizens lately. I like to think I've seen my fair share of the worst the city had to offer, but day after day the increasingly bizarre and out there incidents find their ways to shake and shock me anew. If there was any warmth at all, its temperature is rapidly dropping to what could be described as nothing else but frigid. Still, the optimist in me says it's not all bad, that we as a collective hadn't quite reached the line we mustn't cross, and I find solace in that. Then again, you never know. Maybe there are folks out there, people who already too far gone and across the line and then some, but as long as they didn't make it my business by invading this cozy little place I've got with my students, I don't think I want to concern myself with those things too much.
Sponsorships? I didn't know workshops did that.
You did not?
Odd. Herr Gregor is a proverbial poster child of the workshop-sponsored fixers.
What? Can't blame Sinclair for not knowing. It's not like I have a habit of harping on about old times.
I posit the argument that any sentence that begins with "back in my day" that you are so fond of counts towards the conventional definition of harping on about all time.
I love a good "back in my day." I love kind of saying that as well. Back in my day. I'm gonna start doing that about Limbus. About, you know, when I first started the game. Back in my day, when we first started this game.
In that case, could you tell us a little bit about your past? I know you're a very prestigious fixer, Master, but I never had the opportunity to hear about exactly what you've done to earn that reputation.
Yeah, maybe the stories of those days are better shared in a light-hearted conversation, just something to be mentioned in passing. Enough time has passed now, anyway. This is so, like, perfect timing to get this, obviously because of with, like, the 9.5 event that we had with Gregor and like Moses and Valencina and them kind of talking all about the past and stuff, like, well, not her talking, but like the past getting referenced and everything, you know, like the smoke wall coming up. And I feel like they're doing a thing where they're mentioning the smoke wall more because we now know there's the potential for a second one. So it's kind of like giving us like tidbits of information from multiple different characters and their experiences that they had in this smoke wall to kind of add to that horror. That we already know the smoke war is horrific, but like it's giving us more and more of a clear picture of what it could be like. So if it actually does end up happening, we're all going to be there going, holy shit, this is horrendous. I've been using Stigma Workshop weapons throughout my career from the day I started working in this business. Now, if you ask whether the best workshop weapons among the ones I've browsed, trying to find a weapon that'll keep me company through thick and thin, no, they weren't all exactly like that.
Then why did you decide to go with the Stigma Workshop weapon, Master?
Well, I could say there was a matter of my thin, hungry wallet, but more importantly, big-name workshops out there don't let anybody walk right in just because they come knocking on their doors. Gotta keep your clientele more distinguished, if you know what I mean. In other words, more well-known workshops weren't all that eager to take a commission from a no-name grade 9 fixer, even if he had the coin for it, which he didn't. Oh my god, I'm loving the music. Hang on, let me get a second headphone in to enjoy this peak. Oh, I'm loving it. Fortunately for me, Stigma Workshop was a relatively unknown back in the day with a more niche audience, which meant that they had no qualms letting a greenhorn like me purchase a decently high-quality weapon. Anyway, while the partnership was coincidental, it ended up being a win-win. I kept racking up successful contracts, and Stigma Workshop reaped the subsequent renown and new swathe of customers. And as a token of gratitude, they were generous enough to offer personalized upgrades to my weapon.
Aha! So that's where all our weapons are.
You catch on quick, kid. It's all thanks to my connections to the Stigma Workshops allowed a young chickling like yourself to wield one of their quality weapons.
It seems that our office rep rarely tires of self-aggrandized behavior, though one cannot deny the veracity of that claim.
Anywho, they really saved my bacon more than a few times in the smoke war.
The smoke war?
It's the same with any war, I'm sure, but for boots on the ground foot soldiers, survival was the only thing that mattered. The most surefire way to guarantee survival would have been to stay as far away as I could from the war, but that wasn't an option for a nest-born fixer like myself. Some battlefields were so dire that even association fixers had to struggle through fight after fight with broken, malfunctioning weapons and worn-down outfits. But because I was sponsored by Stigma Workshop, every time my sword needed maintenance, they provided it free of charge and even threw in a series of upgrades. Back then, too, I was a part of the detachment, perhaps a rather too grand a name for what it really was, a hastily assembled group of fixers with even the remotest preparations against the damage of fire and heat in the war. We were a bunch of ragtag soldiers at best, but I won't deny that there was an air of unwarranted confidence among us, given that all we needed was to burn up a pair of wings. But that day, on that hill... We ain't falling back here. Push the line forward. Infestation zone cleared. Regroup and rendezvous with the section director and... Call the all recruited office fixers. We can do this together. Our right flame wall needs reinforcement. A monstrosity of evasive abilities bordering on precognition and offensive capabilities that with a single hit could all but guarantee instant death. That was one of the decisive weapons of G-Corp, and the Lu Association was selected specifically to handle it. I was probably stronger than each individual Lu fixer, but... One set of wings reduced to ashes. Just one more push and... Don't let your guard down, team. Stay alert. Huh, looks like we might actually have a chance. There's really no point in measuring individual merit when it comes to Lu fixers. The moment an all-out battle began, they came charging together with a combined fluidity unlike that of a single organism, a dragon charging through the enemy forces under the section director's command. And it wasn't long before their flames dominated the entire battlefield. For a moment, the situation seemed so favourable that I began to hope that we might defeat this foe without needing reinforcements. And with how things looked, the enemy was definitely on its back foot. We would be able to seize victory with just a little more effort. Enemy altitude down, but the velocity remains constant. Its erratic movements haven't slowed down at all, Director. Goddamn bug. Its airborne vertical maneuverability won't be diminished much, but even if we somehow manage to burn all its wings... I see. The point of this operation was to prevent high-speed airborne escape. But whatever possible scenario we could come up with based on common sense did not apply to the decisive weapon of a wing. Oh! Again? Oh my god. Okay. When are we gonna meet this Lord of Flies? Because holy shit.
This is the famous flame of Lu. Slower than I imagined.
The raging, seemingly impenetrable fire flickered as it danced, invertedly revealing the most minuscule of openings, and the monster's eyes caught sight of two Lu fixers. And in the blink of an eye, they were gone. Before most of the fixers could even comprehend what had happened, I ran desperately to block the beginnings of a growing rupture in the formation. Hey, it's right above you. Swing up! Gah!
You swung, but with a curious delay. Was he your favorite?
You fuck! Director, don't let that monster get to you! Calm yourself over... Ah! Once the crack begins to split open, it only grows into a rift. Without moving as one organic fluid motion, the flames will scatter into mere cinders, no longer merged as a flame dragon. The monster turned its tide, taking cover behind the fire and heat haze that only obscured not only its vision but ours too. Fixed of mediocre abilities scattered across the battlefield served only as hostages or meat shields for the monstrosity. Before we could even complete our initial goal of burning its wings.
G-Corp bastards. Just what the hell have you created?
Director! Lord of Flies descended upon the dragon's head and crushed it into a pulp. Our forces were minutes away from complete annihilation. I had to do something, so I ran up to the front of the line and rallied the troops. Regroup here, to me! You know who I am. We even had a quick meet and greet, remember? All of you are now under my command. Focus entirely on providing me support, and I swear I'll burn that fucking vermin's remaining wings to ash. You're not our section director. We work with him best. I doubt you can fill his boots. Maybe, but you and me, we're not exactly flush with options, are we? No, guess not. Fine, we'll march with you. Lead us! The world was on fire and we were trapped in a flaming cage. The sky above was nothing but pitch black darkness. Smoke from fires and smoke that smelled of humans mingled, creating a horrible crimson eye of a noxious storm I could hardly describe in any fitting words. But I was the leader on the hill now, and so I imitated the dragon's head to the best of my abilities. I may not have been the guy to fill the section director's boots, and I was only flying by the seat of my pants, but by having a small army of fixers following my flow and releasing bursts of flame at just the right moments, my firepower grew twice as powerful. I alone blazed in the glow of the falling sun amidst the burning field of the infestation zone. With the Lu fixers behind me, I felt like I could measure it pretty well against even the legendary Vermilion Cross himself, but oh my fucking god, what? Interesting. But the bodies kept piling and piling. Past a certain level, simple numerics as to how many augmentations you have or what grade your gear don't decide the outcome. This is where the other previously neglected factors come into play. Their training routine, the kinds of efforts they've put into them, the matchup between fighters and battlefield, the circumstances that might or might not give you an edge. We lasted pretty long for a sunset, didn't we? We kept on fighting even in this pitch black night. Eventually, I was the only one standing against the monstrosity of the foe. The Lord of Flies did not appear even remotely winded, as though he was drawing from an infinite pool of energy. Oh no, that's not a good sign. The situation seemed rather hopeless, but I was young at the time. I still had that youthful streak of rebelliousness burning somewhere within me then, because I wasn't ready to sit down and let death take me. So I gathered whatever strength I had left in me, all the muscle memory, all the training I've done up until that moment, and held it all in my hand. Hey, Fly Bud. I don't know if you've been keeping track of the time, but the sun will be peeking over the horizon soon. Just look at how the faintest blue is starting to encroach into the black night, heralding the crack of dawn. Woo! The fixer of the crack of dawn. Ah, that's where he gets his title from. The heated blade draws a beautiful pattern as it cleaves through space before me under the distant sky, but the reach of my blade is too short to strike the monster. It evades to the side with ease and regurgitates a stream of corrosive fluid, and it lands on my sword arm, melting it, eating through flesh and bone. Oh, shit. You know what they say. It's the darkest before the dawn. But it's pretty bright out here now, isn't it? I could feel its fluid spreading, eating away at my torso from shoulder to hip, but at the same time, so does the space my purest resolve and sword is rent through, its sundered fabric melting away as though by flame. And the fly's wings that were touching the very tip of my blade's arc fall apart, its sliced segments melting away. Now that I didn't see coming. But what will you do now? It seems you are out of options. See, it's interesting that the Lord of Flies has this, like, ability to communicate and seems very in control, because when Gregor was in that, like, lordly state, like pupil state, the only things that were really being communicated were, like, his wishes of him saying, like, kill me. So it's like, it seems that there's some form of consciousness here, but this Lord of Flies seems to be, like, willingly doing this, you know? So that's really interesting, and it kind of makes me wonder, like, because then also there's, like, the Prince of Maggots as well, and then there's, like, the Moth Princess, right? So it's, like, it's really interesting. I'm so curious about this whole storyline. I can't wait to, because they're teasing this so much. I cannot wait to find out what the fuck is going on. Do you know what I mean? I didn't quite imagine it happening like this, but at least they made it in time for the sunrise. Say hello to my reinforcement and your death. Oh? Weakling. As though the battle was fierce, all we managed to do was escape at the end of its cut off by its means. I think that's Valencina that's arrived there. Oh, I think it is, because then she fights the Lord. Oh, damn. And the reinforcement command decided to send out was but a single combatant. A single combatant faced its unsmantable foe who was still armed with unpredictable movements and the seemingly bottomless well of stamina. I'd be lying if I said the realization didn't hit me with a wave of disappointment and profound sense of futility. Oh, okay. Hey, don't you know who I am? But nobody who's fought even a single skirmish in this battlefront wouldn't recognize the woman who marched up to the battlefield with cigar smoke billowing in the wind. She's the same person who survived the brutal gauntlet of duel after duel that mercilessly cut down a number of promising futures, namely that of a grade 1 fixer who was a popular candidate for the title of a colour fixer, the rising right hand of a Sota Capo, and others whose prospects were just as golden, and emerged victorious one battle after another monster of another nature. Of course I do. I've seen the way you fight. After leaving everything in her hands, I returned to their encampment in the back lines and had my I did not expect these two to cross over. That's fucking interesting. And had my injuries treated. And surrounded by the roaring cheer of spectators, I got to watch a recording of her battle against the Lord of Flies. The footage slowed down by several dozen times, the only way the video could have captured the way the two combatants sped and zoomed around each other. In that footage, it seemed as though the reinforcement managed to behead the Lord of Flies, killing it instantly before it even realized it was dying. As it turns out, if you kill the Lord of Flies before it even registers its own death, it won't have the chance to spawn the maggot prince. It was a shame that so much of the work we did to prepare to counter the maggot prince went to waste, but thanks to the Stigma Workshop's symbol searing into the back of the Lord of Flies and the witness reports from Lou Fixers who managed to survive the massacre, they recognized me as a major contributor to the success of that operation.
Gregor. Herr Gregor?
Sorry. Must have got lost reminiscing. Huh. That's so fascinating that we've got a Walpurgis event that crosses over with canon. Like, with the other canon, you know? That's fucking interesting. Anyways, apparently burning the monster's wings ended up being one of a hell of a promotion for Stigma Workshop. You fellows better learn to appreciate me because I'm the only reason they're still offering weapon sponsorships to our office even in my semi-retirement. Not to mention how the connections I made then got us our position in the Lou Association affiliate office. Whoa, you really are amazing, Master. Amazing? Come on, I'm just a washed-up fixer with a broken body that never fully healed.
Damages caused by the Lord of Flies' extremely corrosive fluid would have been difficult to recover from, even with a K-Corp ampule of fairly high purity. It is likely that his nerves failed to fully regenerate. Yeah, I guess so. Still, it's all thanks to that one ampule I got for outstanding valor that I'm still alive and kicking after all this time. Remember, those ampules were even rarer back in my day. Wow, kinda weird that the lady who slayed the decisive weapon isn't in the news at all nowadays, though. Interesting. I haven't heard much about her myself in a long while. I'm sure she didn't seem the type to get herself killed unceremoniously too. Well, she's probably enjoying herself in a comfy seat lording over peons like us. Anyways, how's that on for harping about old times? Had enough yet? I throw a light-hearted jab as I picked up a piece of paper that's been on my desk for a while today related to our next contract. Is that the objects that has had the fixture industry a buzz lately?
You got that right. This is what our next contract will be about. They say my SWI alum's death is connected to this contract too.
Oh no. I'm sorry for your loss, Master. I can't imagine what you're going through.
My heart's unscathed, kid. I was never fond of that fella. The question is, have you heard anything about this object, Sinclair? Something they call the library's invitation. Oh man, that was such a fucking good story. Damn, I didn't expect their lore to cross over like that, like Salvador and Valencina, but like, yeah, that's so fucking sick. I love the stories in this. I just wish they were voiced so badly because they're so good. But that was great. Oh, and I think because I've also read her story, like seeing another part of how the Lord of Flies was defeated is fascinating. But then also that little bit of lore about like if the Lord of Flies doesn't realize it's dying, it then can't summon the Maggot Prince, which is interesting. So yeah, I've still got so many questions though. Oh, I'm honestly, I'm still gobsmacked that I actually, like, holy shit. Okay, let's go through this story. Oh, do you know what? I should have looked at what his name was. His name's Pluto. That's it, Pluto. I know someone will have left me a comment, but it's Pluto. That's his name. It's to do with Pluto, the Thousand Needles thing.
It has been determined that this case merits preservation as a record. The following is the case of record pertaining to today's request. Case name, Thousand Needles. Serial code, DN00113. Grade, Urban Legend. The case has now developed to a point where assigning codes beginning with A to the victims no longer serves any practical purpose. Catastrophic propagation via a series of random chain reactions would be an appropriate description of the nature of this case. As such, it would both be inefficient and impossible to assign individual serial codes to every victim scattered throughout the street. The circumstances surrounding the case align with both the information gathered from rumors and the case report compiled by Representative Gregor of the Dorn office. Now briefly recording the state of the case scene. Sections of the building have been liquefied, and beneath the damaged structures, traces in the form of human remains can be observed. Many of the victims' remains are no longer more than distal extremities of the human body. By the contrast, it is rare to find torsos and external organs that have maintained even a moderate resemblance to their original forms. Given this fact, it is reasonable to infer that the prevailing cause of death in this case is something of an explosive nature. Remaining bits and pieces of human flesh also indicate that this said explosion was accompanied by countless shrapnel tearing the bodies inside out. Faust determines that all of these observations indeed point to a single property, omnidirectional fragmentation of this pitch-black matter from within the body. A presentation identical to that of prior cases. The matter is abnormally dense compared to its mass. Its material strength is also unnaturally high, meaning touching the surface of the wall permits the matter to drill through it with negligible resistance. Immediately after making contact, the matter begins to melt in areas several times larger than the point of contact. It is difficult to believe that such a material could have been produced by the human body. It is certain that this matter is identical to the one currently under Faust's investigation as an object of interest, designated as needles. Yes, that is correct. Symbols of an irregular, atypical pattern which Faust has repeatedly received on-site verification requests for are present on the material. Now cross-referencing this observation against Faust's information. No matching information found. In that case, a minority hypothesis which alleges that symbols point to a malicious advertisement attempt by a certain upstart workshop may be dismissed as false. Now moving on to the next proposed hypothesis. Yesterday's promise in demonic magic. Has the presently recorded case scene yielded any verifiable fact that substantiates the said hypothesis? Understood. Faust recalls having stored a piece of information regarding the body of a corporate employee found in the back streets, the victim of a so-called gut harvesting. The corpse also bore a much similar symbol. Gut harvesting refers to the criminal act of the backstreet syndicates by which corpses are stripped of anything considered to have monetary value. Faust, who also limits themselves to observing nest source information, may have been unsuitable participants in the discussion for this particular subject. Magic? It strains the realm of believability. But if such an incomprehensible phenomenon does indeed exist, perhaps this would be one of the ways in which it is manifested. Balloons popping would be the closest approximation. The radius of the damage is far too great for a seemingly weightless impact force. Does the entity designed as yesterday's promise truly employ a power that may be termed as magic? Perhaps access to some more pieces of information would help Faust thread together the truth of the matter. Yes, of course, Faust is aware that access to any information beyond this point is prohibited. However, it is an established fact that the entity's ability concerns contracts, in which case working as a fixture should bring Faust closer to an answer. Understood. Then the discussion regarding this record will conclude here. Faust will need to head to the office and submit a report. Sinclair said he had something he wished to say to Faust once this was over. However, it appears Faust will not be able to hear it. And it seems probable that this will be Faust's final record. Oh, is this potentially in the fight versus Roland in the library? Oh. Current location, the library. Yes, as per popular denomination. Correct. This is the same place that has recently been reclassified as an urban plague. Faust confirms that writing one's name on the invitation alone is sufficient to transport the invitee to this place. The record is best shared with the other Fausts in advance. Access rights received. Faust cannot help but notice that access is granted to Faust when it is already too late. Would that mean? No, please disregard that. Concentrating on the battle at hand would be a more rational choice. Yes, the opponents seem determined to make Faust their initial target. It is unlikely the Faust will be able to fend off the entirety of their focused defense. They are healing themselves merely by grabbing pebbles in the hat. Oh my god! It's the abnormality. The crying child. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the crying child, the blue space star child that cries. Oh my god. Fucking stop. Is that oh my god, who's abnormality? Which floor is that? Was it Netsack? I want to say that's Netsack's floor actually. Dude, I think it actually is. And Faust hears the incomprehensible ringing of a cry, a song, or perhaps an echo. The mind feels as though it was shaking and staggering just by hearing the sound. It sounds super familiar. Is this an attack launched by the properties of utilizing the properties of abnormalities? If so, what could this place possibly be? The clicking. Oh my god. Though I find the development disappointing, I should think of it as a fortunate outcome that availed me the opportunity to leave an account at the very least. Because even should this Faust fail here, the grand objective of Faust must be preserved at all costs. Faust only has one wish, to know all of the city. Ending record. And that was Faust getting turned into a book. Or I should say, Una getting turned into a book. That was so cool. I like the glimpse of inside the library, because Gregor's was great of giving more smoke war context and like history of Salvador. We obviously don't know a great deal about Una, but obviously the 1,000 Needles is relating to the urban plague investigation that she was doing, I think. Urban Nightmare? Might be... no. Whichever one it was about the 1,000 Needles. But the context of the actual being in the library was great because we haven't had a lot of that. So, yeah, that was fabulous. Let's do the confinement. Let's have a look. Right, so... oh. Right, so this is what we get of how... okay, I see. Oh, wait. Is there not an actual... oh, I for some reason thought there was like an actual fight to do. What? Oh. Oh, that's kind of annoying. I was ready to do a Tremor Scorch fight. Oh. Okay, well... all right, never mind. I genuinely thought there was going to be like at least like a fight to do, but nope. Okay, never mind then. All right. Well, let's not. That's a fucking awful idea, Georgie. Jesus Christ. I mean, does part of me kind of want to give it a go with this? I kind of do, but also I fucking struggle with the other one. I haven't used any of these ideas before. What should I do? I feel like I should do at least a fight. Oh, there could be something. Oh, of course. Oh no, hang on. I haven't done this one. Hang on. Let me do this one. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh look, he's got all the things on. Oh. Okay, that's super exciting. Right. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. So with Greg. So cute. Okay,
Right, so we're gonna want to do... Oh, they're all dominating instantly. Okay, that's fun. We're gonna want to do that first, I believe. Okay. Okay, I'm liking seeing this already. Okay, we're seeing some burn. That's good. That's good. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, having... Okay, I want to try this. I feel like that's a bit overkill. Surely, it's a bit early for that. Bit early for that, surely. Oh, it's just cool. Oh, they just look so cool. See, that was the extra flash of sun up. Myrtle. Thank you. Ow. Rude. Oh, I should have put Beaner on. Fuck. My bad. Oh, yeah, I'm doing doors, but I want to see that. I want to see that shit so bad. Oh, everyone's got red. See this. Okay, I'm excited for this. Oh, okay, it did stagger though. Not crazy amounts of damage, but I feel like though these are definitely characters that you kind of build through the fight. Or you just use the Unifaust instead. Holy fuck. Oh, I'm seeing the scorched. Yeah, I'm seeing that scorched tremor. Oh my god, that laugh is so good. I mean, we've got one on the fucking ropes. Holy crap. We're loving seeing it. Holy shit. Yep, yep. Oh, here we go. Nice. He got that actually pretty fucking quick. That's good. Hell yeah. I do feel like this might end up being my squad for a while. I just need to find other IDs to put with them. But I do kind of feel like this is going to end up being my... That's Scorch Field. Right. Got ya. Okay. Oh, see, that was interesting. Cut down what must be felled, the master's tutelage. Oh. This Unifaust is good. Holy shit. I mean, so's the Gregor, but like, holy crap, the Unifaust is doing some damage. I think she's in overheat at the moment, actually. After using that other move. I think I used her S3, so I think she's in overheat, I believe. Nice. Okay. Okay, now they're just like killing stuff first turn. Holy shit. Yes, because they've also got that move where they follow each other up as well, don't they? When they stagger. Oh, I mean, we could just do this. Okay, that... God, that looks so good. Okay, that's a really good squad. Oh my god. Oh, I'm excited. I need to just find a 6th and a 7th member, but in all honesty, with the rate things have been going, they're probably going to give us something soon. I mean, I'm trying to even think, like, who I could even add. I mean, obviously, it was obviously a lower level, but, like, I'm trying to even think, like, who could I even add to that team? Anyways, right, I'm gonna leave this here for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Limbus content on the channel, Project Moon content, other gameplay. We've got loads of shit on here, so you know, like, subscribe, check out the other stuff on the channel, other playthroughs. Also, don't forget to leave me recommendations for other games to try. I've had a couple of gacha game recommendations. Obviously, the amount of gacha I've been playing on the channel has definitely decreased lately, so mostly I've just been doing reverse in this game, but yeah, if you got other recommendations, other games. It doesn't have to be gacha. Obviously, that would be amazing. And yeah, I will probably be back streaming this maybe closer to the new Kanto, unless I think they're doing another railway in the meantime that I think it's a railway I haven't played before, so I might do a stream of that. I do technically have a refractoral to try, but I might do that in my own time. I'm not sure yet, just because they're really hard. But yeah, we'll see. Well, there'll still be plenty of content in the meantime. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Let me know how your pulls went down in the comments below too. I want to know how you guys got on. All right, catch you soon. Bye.